Okay, I'm back. The word I just did, I had that written down as April 17th. This one I have written down is April the 18th. So this one was a dream. We're going to call this not an everyday meal from scratch. Okay, so let me kind of describe to y'all what was happening in the dream and then tell y'all what God was basically telling me in summary. In the dream, we were in a store that was like Publix. Now, Publix is like my favorite grocery store. We was in a store like that. It was me, both my parents, my sister. I don't know if my grandma was actually in the store with us or if I just knew she was like back at the house, right? But in the store, I knew that I was responsible for like breakfast that we were going to be having the next morning. And honestly, as I tell y'all that now, our little tradition is for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day breakfast is at my house. Like that was even when I lived in the apartment. So, but I can't tell you I really felt like Christmas in the dream though. Like I just knew I had to make breakfast. So we were all getting the different things that we needed around the store, which I mean, this happens in real life. And so I remember getting a syrup that I have never seen in my life, brands and stuff I've never seen. It was like a tropical flavored syrup. Like it was very vacation-y. And I was like, oh, that's different. Y'all know like how you can have a dream and it just feels so real. And that dream was so very like I was actively in it. Like it felt like I was me in the dream. Like I was aware of everything. I was like, what kind of syrup is this? I got that syrup. I got some other things, but this is when it got really, really interesting. So I knew that I was going to be making French toast. And that's why I said not an everyday meal, because that's not something you eat like every single day. French toast is like for the weekends or like special occasions. I was trying to find the bread to make it with, right? And I've been wanting to try it with like cake in real life. That's so greedy. But I learned how to make French toast in like high school, and I would make that in like pancakes for my friends in home ec. Like I like to make that. I think that's important too. So I got to the aisle where the bread was at, but at this point my mom and them was checking out, and I'm not gonna say they was like rushing me per se, because in real life the store is not that far from where either of us stay. Like it's up the street, like we, you know. And she was like, well, come on. And so I was trying to get what I wanted to make the French toast like how I wanted, right? And so they were in line, like I could see them in line checking out, and I was like, okay, let me go ahead and grab the bread. I'm gonna use it real quick. So I went to like the bread aisle, and it was not like Publix. That's why I was like, it's kind of like Publix, but like the bread aisle is not it's not in the center of the store, and that's where I was at, right? There were all these loaves of bread, and I could have just, you know, picked a loaf, like this is what we're gonna make it out of, but I didn't want none of that. Like I kept looking at it like, no, I don't want this, I don't want this. So then when I finally started seeing pictures of like, mind you, pictures of like the bread I wanted to use, why is what they sold the ingredients to make that bread? So think about what I just said. When you make French toast, you usually take like in high school we use Texas toast, like it's already pre-packaged, everything's already made, right? In the store, the bread that I actually wanted, the picture, and I was like, ooh, this one, it wasn't sold already made. It was the ingredients to make that loaf. And so if you're making French toast, that means you gotta make the bread and then, you know, cut up the bread to make the French toast. So that's added effort, added steps. And I was like, what? I gotta make this loaf? And at that point in the dream, yeah, I'm gonna come back in the morning and figure out which one I want to do. And so I went ahead and got in line so we could check everything out. And also I knew like my parents was not paying for the stuff that I was getting. I was paying for the stuff that I was getting to make this breakfast, this meal for us from scratch, right? Like it wasn't pre-packaged bread, pre-made bread. I was gonna have to make it. So I was like, I'll just come back tomorrow. And they was like, okay. And I woke up. I was like, God, what was that about? Like, you know, I sometimes I dream about food because I'd be hungry at night. I'd be thinking like, I don't be knowing. But I asked him what was that about, right? He said, you and your immediate fam are going to eat and benefit from a unique meal that you're going to have to prepare and put effort into. It was on my tab and it was going to be healthy and healing. And I must say all the stuff that I was looking at, it was like whole food. Like it wasn't bad. Like even the syrup, I told y'all it was like tropical. Like it was a syrup I've never seen. It wasn't like sugary and bad. They artificially sugary and bad because fruit has, the natural sugars that our bodies know how to process. So yeah, I'm reading in. You and your immediate family are going to benefit from a unique meal you're going to have to prepare and put effort into. It was on my tab, healthy and healing. And I was like, wait, does that mean like my brother and my nephew and them not going, and my niece and them, like they're not going to benefit from this because they went in the dream? No, but that's just who was in the dream with me, right? Your immediate fam. And it's something that you are putting effort to, but it's not everyday thing. This is not an everyday thing. This is something that they know you can do too. That's what I'm saying. Like in real life, like if we eating French toast, I'm the one making it, right? So I just wanted to share that with y'all. It's not an everyday meal and it's going to be from scratch, but you and your immediate family are going to benefit from it. And when I left the store, I knew like I'm going to have to come back and get the ingredients to make the bread that I want to make for this French toast meal. Y'all get what I'm saying? I knew it was going to take effort. I knew it was going to take time, thinking. That's why I told my mama, like, I'll just come back in the morning because I didn't have enough time to kind of like get myself together, mentally prepare for it. And I believe I know what it is in my life, but pray and ask the Holy Spirit to show you what it is in your life that you may be doing, and your family gonna eat from it, benefit from it, and it's gonna be good for y'all. But you are gonna have to put the work in. You're gonna have to prepare. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I was just sitting here in this meeting, and my dad texted me and it was confirming what I believed. I thought it was already, and all out of nowhere he texted this, and I was like, okay, I see you, Holy Spirit. So I know what it is. Y'all pray and ask God what y'all think it is. And I'm excited for you. This isn't an everyday meal for your family. This isn't an everyday thing that your family typically does, but you're going to be putting in the effort from scratch, and it's going to benefit all of y'all. So God bless.